All right, another week, 10 days in the endless tariff trade war crazy town. So, where are we ending up? Look, I want to make this really clear. I am not an expert on trade, far from it. There's always somebody in the comments says, yeah, stick to what you're good at, mortgages and eating. Yeah, I get that once in a while. but, but, I'm not a diplomat, obviously. I would be a terrible, terrible diplomat, right? Like, what did you say? Fuck yourself. Okay, yeah, that would be bad. But here's what we're observe. I can observe, and I'm old, so I've seen a lot of things, and I know how some businesses work, and I know how I can think past a few steps as to what might happen next. So, look, it's not clear. Like it's really hard. Sometimes there's exemption. Okay, now we're going to exempt the iPhones because people are giving me hell about the iPhones. Oh, look at the laptops up. Maybe the flat screens. Maybe we'll let the flat screens go. I mean, President Trump. Oh my God, it's confusing. It's very confusing. And in Canada, now they're talking about, maybe we should just pause that tariff thing on the automobiles and let everybody get it straightened out and make sure the supply chains work and get that going again. We don't want car prices in the States. We don't want to crack up those car prices. So, yes, it's confusing, but I want to go back to some really simple things that I also know are true. And because some of it's just coincidence. My wife worked in the automotive parts world for a long time with executives, and we met them and talked to them sometimes. So I know a little bit about that. So one of the most important things that President Trump said when he started off this whole batshit crazy concept is that he said, we don't need their cars. We can make all the cars we need. The important thing to understand is he is right. He is right. They don't need cars to be made in Mexico. They don't need cars to be made in Canada. They don't need parts to be made in Mexico or Canada. The United States is the key automotive market, maybe in the world. I mean, the Americans buy more cars per capita than virtually anybody else. Americans like cars. I like cars. Our family has 2 cars. They're old, but we have them. So they don't need our cars. Like there was a long history of like AutoPact and a long history where if you go back 50, 80, 90 years, like Canadian companies did actually make cars. And it was in the interest of General Motors to buy those different places up. Because that's what General Motors did. They just bought up car manufacturers and combined them into a smaller number, a single GM, Ford, Chrysler. That's all there was for all those years. Look, here's the thing to understand. We have a number of, I think it's 7, maybe it's 8 car assembly plants in Ontario. It's only Ontario. That's where all the cars come from in Canada is Ontario. And they make good cars. But listen carefully. A bunch of them are closed and have been closed for a while. Ford plant in Oakville's closed. Stellantis plant, Jeep, Chrysler in Brampton's closed. Has been closed for a while. Apparently they're going to restart someday. Wink, wink. And then there's the Oshawa truck plant, pickup plant. They just closed. They're going to come back. That was maybe some tariff stuff there. They said, oh, no, we're coming back. And then there's the light electric truck plant in Ingersoll. That's a CAMI. That's a separate division sort of dominated by GM. And then the big plant in, big Stellantis assembly plant in Windsor has been closed temporarily, okay? That's a lot. Like they're closed. They're just closed. And I think most of you heard about the Honda thing, where Honda in Japan said, the headquarters of Honda said, we probably are going to cut back. We're going to cut all of our North American production down to the States. We'll do 90% of the cars, at least 90% of them in the U.S. Woohoo! Oh shit! The prime minister crapped himself. Doug Ford, he just like passed out. I mean, like it was like, oh, because that's a big plant. Honda is big. 400,000 cars, 4,200 direct employees, 20,000 parts employees. Like it's big, big. Okay. So immediately Honda Canada said, oh, no, we're staying. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Don't look behind the curtain. Just walk away and everything's going to be good. Don't worry. Here's what I know. The actual headquarters of Honda is in fucking Tokyo, okay? It is definitely not in Alliston, Ontario, okay? No, it's in Tokyo. And the guy in Tokyo said, yeah, I think we're going to close a bunch of that down. Look, I'm not trying to scare anybody, not at all. But I just want to be rational, okay? There's over 100 car assembly plants in the United States. They can assemble, and there's Toyotas down there. And every single manufacturer we have in Canada is also in the U.S. If they want to shift production, they can. Everybody says to me, no, you're wrong, Ron, they can't do it. It takes years to build a plant, move a plant. Okay, then explain to me why so many of them are fucking closed in Canada right now. Like, really? Really? Oh, don't worry, they're coming back. Really? Like, I don't wish any bad news on anybody. God damn it. I live in Ontario. The car I drive was actually made in Cambridge. Okay? Like, I believe in the car business in Ontario. I believe in the manufacture of cars here. But I think we got to be rational. And what does rationality means? Rationality means a better alternative plan. Like when you hear Liberal leader Carney say, yeah, we're going to do pipelines. And then he says in French, maybe not necessarily pipelines. Look, we need to develop this energy stuff. We have to do it. There's no two ways around it. It is vital. It is critical. All you carbon people, fuck off. Okay, you got to take a pause for 10 years or something. We need to safeguard ourselves. We need to mine these minerals that we have that we don't mine, all the stuff, the lithium, the cobalt, you name it. We got it. We haven't even built the road yet to get there. We got to do it. Nuclear. Why not nuclear? Why not? We got to get the tariff off canola. We got to make a deal about that with the Chinese. Look, we got to take what we got before we dream about building fighter planes or we're going to build our own Canuck car. We got to take what we got, and we know we're good at it. We're good at nuclear. Let's develop more nuclear. Let's focus on the important stuff that we got, because I don't know about the rest.